Hello, dear viewers. I hope some of you have heard the name of LakKanna DanDesha. Welcome to Moksha Media. You are with Moksha Hiremat. LakKanna DanDesha was a general and a minister of Devaraya. Devaraya was the famous emperor of Vijayanagara kingdom. Devaraya was the person who made some plans and policies to establish Vijayanagara kingdom to a great extent. If I say this much, you do not understand the abilities of Devaraya. Most of you heard the name of Devaraya, another emperor of Vijayanagara kingdom. This Devaraya was copied the ideas of Devaraya and he brought them into practice. It showed to what extent Devaraya was brilliant in his structuring the Vijayanagara empire. And LakKanna DanDesha was the general of that Devaraya. He was also the minister of Devaraya. This LakKanna DanDesha was a close associate of Devaraya. He was belonged to the region of Kolar, which was under Vijayanagara Empire at that time. Devaraya was as a close associate of LakKanna DanDesha. He gave a free hand to LakKanna DanDesha for the implementation of his plans and policies. LakKanna DanDesha was not only a general and minister, he was a good poet. His book Shivatattva Chintamani is a great work of LakKanna DanDesha. Of course, we can say that Shivatattva Chintamani is the magnum opus of LakKanna DanDesha. Shivatattva Chintamani contains more than 2,200 poems in Vardaka Shatpadi. Of course, it deals with the subject of Shiva devotees, pioneers and neo-pioneers, and the Shiva's energetic, qualified, non-dualistic philosophy. That is simply said Shakti Vishishtadvaita in Kannada. And LakKanna DanDesha deals with that philosophy in his book Shivatattva Chintamani, which is the magnum opus of LakKanna DanDesha. Most of the students in the olden days might know that a letter from LakKanna DanDesha was prescribed in their text. That letter was very motivative, very touching and sensitive. But as you grow on and on, one would like to know something about more and more regarding LakKanna DanDesha. When one goes in search of LakKanna DanDesha, definitely we get on Shivatattva Chintamani. I have already told you Shivatattva Chintamani describes Shiva's energetic, qualified, non-dualistic philosophy in its own ways. And in that Shivatattva Chintamani, he deals with so many pioneers and neo-pioneers who were belonged to Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat. These neo-pioneers even today are considered as the light of the culture, as the beacon of culture. And LakKanna DanDesha dwelt on them. And this Shivatattva Chintamani contains more than 2,200 poems. It is not that much of easy for a general or a minister to concentrate on writing a poem which is a long one, which is a steely one. But LakKanna DanDesha did it because of his poetic potentiality. He also dealt with the sacred ash, sacred beads, Panchakshari mantra, and the initiation into Virashaivism, and etc. etc. That is why even today that Shivatattva Chintamani is considered as a handbook of Virashaivism, even though it is written in the 15th century. Of course, it is an interesting one. It makes a reader goes on and on continuing his reading, one's reading. It shows to what extent that Shivatattva Chintamani is famous and popular and poetic. But most of us have forgotten this aspect of Shivatattva Chintamani. So anyhow, that Shivatattva Chintamani is a great contribution to the Kannada literature, culture and language of Karnataka in general. Of course, literature in particular. Of course, whether LakKanna DanDesha wrote other works or not, it is not clear. But a proper research should be done regarding LakKanna DanDesha, and then only the other things would come out and it would help to build the Kannada culture, literature and language. And even today, when one visits Hampi, the capital of Vijayanagara Samrajya once upon a time, would feel the irrigation facilities and policies provided at that time. And for that purpose, that Krishnadevaraya continued the policies and practices of Prabhudevaraya. But most of the people don't know this aspect of Krishnadevaraya. Of course, Krishnadevaraya fought 60 wars in 20 years. That is another matter. Prabhudevaraya also did the same thing in so many cases. But in building the Vijayanagara kingdom, the role of Proudadevaraya is very more and more compared to Krishna Devaraya. That is the aspect we have to keep in our mind. Of course, Akka, Bukka, Proudadevaraya and Krishna Devaraya did a lot to establish Vijayanagara kingdom, which fought against the injustices in the society and other things. This is the thing we have to keep in our mind while considering LakKanna DanDesha's poetic potentiality and his generalship and ministership. That is what I have concentrated in this episode. See you in the next episode. Thank you. Namaskar.